My name is Owen Haase, and this is my audition for the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
What inspired you to pursue acting?
I've been into movies and TV shows since I was a little kid. When I moved to where I live now, at the moment, there weren't many kids my age in my neighborhood, so I mostly spent my time inside watching movies, and my dad spent plenty of time with me sharing movies and TV shows that I now have very fond memories of that I enjoy a lot. And I also read comic books, and now with the movies that are going on now, I got to see my comic book characters that I grew up reading in a movie that I can imagine in real life, which was a very big part of my life, and I still love watching movies. And when I saw them, I wanted to see myself being that same character, showing the emotions that they did, like the nerdiness of Spider-Man or the grunginess of Batman, just all the emotions that weren't real, but they acted them as real on screen, and it was just amazing to see that. It inspired me to pursue acting. And I never was able to pursue acting when I was little, sadly. My town had a community theater, but I was never able to have enough time to get around to it until high school, when I finally got the time.
What training have you had?
I began with the fine arts community in my 8th grade. I was lucky enough to be chosen for a group of singers called vocal jazz, and that was in middle school. And I began my love of the fine arts, and then when I was in my freshman year, I decided to try out for the musical Little Shop of Horrors, and I got to play the dentist Owen and I just loved playing the part. I loved the style of how it was kind of a mock of Elvis and just that 60s rock era in a dentist, and it was just such a great character to play. And I got to do many more after. I ended up doing a community theater in the past summer of We Will Rock You. I got to play Sir Harry in a musical of Once Upon a Mattress for my high school in my sophomore year. And I got to try out for my first spring play last year, which was the 39 Steps, where I played a number of characters with many different voices. It was a very exciting experience. And at the moment, I'm working on Anne of Green Gables, where I play the main character's love interest, Gilbert, and it's a very exciting process for me.
Why did you apply to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts?
When I had gone through movies, many of the actors that I had seen had actually started out at the American Academy, and there were very successful actors that I had idolized: Danny DeVito, Paul Rudd, Jessica Chastain, who are insanely good and funny actors. And I felt that if I wanted to go to a place for my future, I wanted to go to a place that I felt I had a chance getting somewhere, which when I was looking around the website and checking out how the school works and the style of the teaching, it was a very interesting and exciting process, and it gave me the interest to apply for the American Academy, which is hopefully what I get to do in the soon future.
Thank you for coming. It's been a whirlwind. Truly an honor. People ask me, they say, "Jack, how do you do it?" Well, today, I'm here to tell you all my secrets. I don't want to say it's easy to be me and to do all the things I've done, but with practice and persistence, you too can accomplish what I've managed to in just a few simple steps. How to find yourself in jail. Part 1, the awakening. First, maybe there's something in your life that you know you shouldn't do. This is maybe something that you really want to do, like physical violence, illegal drugs. It might be grand theft auto or bank robbery. Or it might be stealing garden gnomes from people's yards. So the first thing is, even though you know you shouldn't do it, you do this thing. And again, and again, until you have like a lot of gnomes, like a whole lot. Like somebody might come over and see them and go, why do you have so many gnomes? What can somebody even do with that many gnomes? Why would you do this? And maybe there's no easy answer, except, normal ones, bad childhood, hole inside you nothing will fill, sexual deviancy. And then one day, you get a little sloppy. Somebody sees you and recognizes you, and then the cops are there asking questions. And you answer the questions truthfully because at the end of the day, you just want it to be over. And as they say, light is the best disinfectant. I also like white vinegar because it's non-toxic and I don't mind the smell. So then the cops are there with their guns and badges and their serious faces, and they ask you point blank. Then you bring them to the shed, they say, holy shit, and then take you for a ride. So that is why I am here. So that is how. But you may ask, what's next? I have to admit, I don't really know. I never really thought that far. And, I don't feel any better, of course, at all.
Dear sir, did you even read my masterpiece? If you had, you would not be sending me this form letter of rejection. Not unless you are a complete and worthless moron. I do not accept you as an arbiter of real talent. I have more talent than all of you combined if it comes to that. You with your hackneyed conventions have usurped the foremost places in art and have considered nothing genuine and legitimate except what you yourselves do. Everything else you stifle and suppress. I do not accept you. I do not. It was optimistic of me to think that you were not an undiscerning fool. Are all of you conspiring against me? You with your form letters on separated letterheads that converge into one voice. As your punishment for this, your highest crime, know that you have pushed me to eschew publication altogether. Know that you and the others in the world at large will miss out on the rest of my works, which I will never again let you touch with your dirty and destructive hands. My works belong to eternity now, the universe of Ephemera, but never to you. May you find your just punishment knowing that you have kept another genius from the hungry world who aches to hear him. Sincerely, the author who would have made you famous.